Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today I'm going to talk to you about 90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise, Season 4, Episode 8, No One Likes a Shady Beach. Okay, so if you are new here, please consider subscribing. We'd love for you to join the family. Please also, everyone, hit that like button, whether you're new or you're A1 Day 1. Leave your comments what you think about these couples on this season of 90 Day Love in Paradise. And hopefully you all got a chance to watch your episode. It comes out on Mondays, streaming on Tuesdays. And if you're just here for the review, that's cool too. So thank you for joining. Let's just go ahead and jump in and get started. I will show pictures. So just in case that you all aren't familiar with the couples, I will show you who they are so we can go along with the story. First up, we're going to have Shawn and Aliyah. Aliyah is also known as Douglas. Douglas is transitioning over to Aliyah. So here's their picture. All right. Shawn is 61. Aliyah is 25. So today, Aliyah is going out for a girls' day with her friend Jackie. And conversation comes up from Jackie about, hey, what happened after we left the waterfall? Now, backstory about the waterfall is it was the day before or last week's episode. Aliyah, Shawn, and Jackie both went out there so that one, Aliyah can continue to celebrate her birthday because she just turned 25. Also, Shawn had proposed on Aliyah's birthday. So it was like the birthday celebration continued. And on top of that, Aliyah was taking what I would consider some thirst trap pictures or modeling pictures or, something to have in her portfolio underneath the waterfall. I thought the waterfall was really pretty and it was a nice background for the pictures. But on the way to the waterfall, Jackie decided that she was going to be Aliyah's spokesperson. So she's asking Shawn, so now that you're engaged, what's going to happen with Aliyah? I mean, you go back and forth to the States. You come to visit a few times a year. Do you have life insurance? Do you have, a bank account set up for her? You have houses. What's going to happen when you die? Will things go to your kids? I mean, Jackie was really all in the business. And as a matter of fact, it was a business that's really none of hers to ask Shawn. It's for Shawn to tell Aliyah. But one thing that Shawn did say to Jackie was, well, you know what? If you really want to know what's going on, maybe you should have asked me one-on-one. I said, Shawn, you are really taking the high road here because it's none of Jackie's business. Matter of fact, for example, if that was my friend, I wouldn't ask her fiance, what was going on with life insurance, houses, bank accounts, anything set up back in the States for when Aliyah does move there. The goal and the key is to ask your friend on the low, away from the fiance, girl, what's happening? Does anything going to be set up for you? Or, you don't ask the fiance. Jackie was really meddling. And on top of that, when Jackie was introduced as the friend, Aliyah said that she had only met Jackie like the year prior on the beach while Jackie was on vacation. So I'm also thinking, do you really have a deep friendship like that to be asking those kind of questions? I get looking out for your friend, but I think that's a little bit crossing the line. That's just me, okay? So Aliyah said, things went okay after the waterfall. It's just, there was a lot of tension because, again, Shawn wasn't necessarily happy with her asking questions that really weren't her business. But then Jackie seemed to have that going one ear and out the other, because what did she ask next? She said, okay, so have y'all had sex? Have you been intimate? And Aliyah said, no, since he's been here, we haven't been intimate at all. That surprised Jackie. That surprised me too, because Shawn just seemed like He was RTG, or ready to go, the moment he landed in Brazil. Brazil, Colombia. In Colombia, excuse me, with Aaliyah. But nope, that's not what was happening there. And Aaliyah also said that not only that, Shawn is in an open relationship. Now, when she said Shawn is in an open relationship, I'm like, so does that mean you're in an open relationship too, because you're together? So Jackie must have read my mind. She asked the same question. She goes, so you're in an open relationship? And Aaliyah said, nope, I'm not compromising myself, my morals, and my values. I'm monogamous. But Shawn, that's what he's doing. And that's really part of the reasons why we haven't been intimate yet, because Aaliyah said, I don't know what Shawn is out there doing. And until Shawn gets it together, we can't be intimate. But then my mind got to thinking, so if Shawn by himself is in an open relationship, he just proposed to you. I wonder why he proposed. Because being in an open relationship is just that, like having your cake and eating it too, right? So, well, anyways, after the girls' day, after Aaliyah got her hair done, Aaliyah was at home and she was talking to Shawn. And so, again, the conversation came up about what is going to happen when I move to the States. Are you going to, be with just me, or are you just going to be with other people? And Shawn was like, I only saw you a few times a year, which added up to a few weeks. So for me to see other people for the time I wasn't here isn't necessarily a big deal. So, I mean, if that's Shawn's excuse, his reason, his response, whatever you want to say, I guess. But at the same time, if Aaliyah knew that Shawn was in an open relationship and that's not what she wanted, why are you wanting to continue in the relationship? Because Aaliyah has said also that she feels that Shawn would possibly want to control her, how she acted, how she looked, any money, just everything when she does move to the States. And she didn't want to give him that type of control because it's taken her a long time to get to where she is today, to transition from Douglas to Aaliyah. And she doesn't want anyone to take that away from her. Well, Shawn said that, he's not going to stop seeing other people, and he's not going to stop seeing the person that he's seeing. And then Shawn says to Aaliyah, well, you know what? I really liked you when you were when you were Douglas. He said, you were shy, you were timid. I like that about you. Now, Shawn has said that before to Aaliyah, and Aaliyah mentioned to Shawn, like, you know what? I find that pretty sad that you want me to be shy and timid, not speak up for myself. Why wouldn't you want me to have like pride in myself and be assertive? And then Shawn also said, now that you've taken on the persona of Aaliyah, I don't view you as being soft anymore. You're not as loving. You're not as romantic. Matter of fact, he said, Aaliyah is more like a boss bitch, and you're not going to be the boss bitch of me. I said, wow, that's how he sees it. So he really doesn't want Aaliyah to transition. But again, remember episode 1, what did Shawn bring to Aaliyah from the States in a whole separate suitcase? All this hair, makeup, and all the things that would make Aaliyah's transition and be more feminine, just that. So now he's got a problem with Aaliyah being more assertive and not shy and timid. So to me, since she's not shy and timid, that Douglas anymore, that would be someone he would want to control. So the running theme for me, for some of these couples in particular, is run. So the first person that needs to run, Aaliyah, go ahead and get out of there, because Shawn is not there for you. Shawn is there for what? His cake, so he can eat it too. Okay, let's move to Alex and Adriano. Adriano's 35, Alex is 30. So Alex and Adriano have had some serious ups and downs, no real happy medium, just ups and downs. Even Alex admitted to production that the whole time that she's been there, she just can't get past the fact that Adriano has had nothing but threesomes, talking about threesomes, and all day he thinks about threesomes. And on top of that, he's not a believer. He's not into religion. He's an atheist. And that's just something that Alex said that even though she wanted to table, so they, for now, so they can get past all the other issues, she can't seem to get past the fact that he doesn't believe in a higher power. So today they decided that they were just going to try to relax because it's been a whole week of just back and forth and not in a good way. So they decide they're going to go to the beach for the day. And meeting them at the beach is actually going to be Tiffany, Alex's cousin, who's on vacation. She said she's traveling Europe and she made a stop over in Italy. And one of Adriano's friends are going to meet them at the beach as well. So when they get to the beach, Adriano's friend is there, and of course he's asking them how their relationship is going. And Adriano says, well, things haven't really been going good. We had dinner with my family, and the friend cut him off and said, so what, the topic of threesomes come out? So even his friend knows this is what is on Adriano's mind. He wants threesomes. He wants threesomes. He wants threesomes. I've said probably in episode 1 or 2 that I feel like Adriano wants to live a life of, just the free spirit, like, what was that back in the day? Maybe like a gypsy lifestyle. Oh gosh, I can't think of that, from the 60s, whatever the free spirited movement was back then. Woodstock. That's what Adriano wants to live his life as. And he doesn't care if Alex is there or not. He just, in my opinion, feels that as long as he asks Alex, hey, why don't we choose someone for a threesome today? That's just what it's going to be. But, Alex is saying to Adriano's friend, he also doesn't believe in religion. And you know what? Can we just talk about another time, because I'm already upset. And on top of that, my cousin's coming. So we can all just enjoy our time at the beach. And right on cue, here comes Tiffany at the beach. So, of course, Adriano's like, ooh, you look lovely, so he's giving her like a little eye. But I've seen that eye, but Adriano has a roving eye anyways. When he first met Tiffany about 2-3 weeks ago anyways. So the couples, well, they're not really couples. One is Alex and Adriano and the friends seem like they're having a nice time on the beach. But as soon as they come out the water, Tiffany and the friend go off somewhere else to do whatever they're going to do, maybe talk and give Alex and Adriano some time to themselves. So Alex is drinking some wine, just trying to just relax and just, be zen and have a nice day. And what does Adriano do? There's a group of young ladies a few feet away, enjoying their time, not even paying attention to them, right? And Alex says, oh, you see them over there? Why don't we like share wine? It's a nice night. And who knows what could happen? Maybe we could have a threesome. Alex says, no, I don't want a threesome. Why would you even ask me that? He goes, oh, come on. They're beautiful girls. So I think it would be a good time. We'll get into it. And Alex says, no, I'm not going to have a threesome. And why are you even asking me? You are disrespecting me by asking. Can you not ask me to have threesomes? Because I'm not going to do it anymore. And Adriano tells Alex that, you know what? No, I'm going to continue to ask you because this is my lifestyle. This is what I want to do for me. So it's pretty much you take it or you leave it. Now, Alex is saying you're not respecting me. You're not respecting my boundaries. And you have two options. You either respect me or you know what to do. Now, Alex, since episode 1, I have said, girl, pack your bags. This man has told you what it is, what it was, and how it's going to be before you got there. Matter of fact, you've broken up 2 times before you even came back over there. You've known him for just right about a year, and hello, he's not changing what he's saying. Girl, run, go back home, Find somebody who has your alignment, your faith, what you're looking for. You respect your boundaries. All right, let's move to Luke and Madeline. So Luke is 30, Madeline is 19. So they're trying to get back on the same page because Luke has presented Madeline with a prenup. And Madeline is not having it. She wants to know why you don't trust me. I wouldn't be with you if you don't trust me. I mean, I'm not mocking her, but she just talks so whiny. I think she talks whiny like that, one, because of her age. Two, because the whiny baby kind of like mentality is something that she probably used to Luke to get her way. And she's trying to get her way. Well, Luke has planned a mini vacation with Madeline, to try to smooth things over and to try to get Madeline on the same page to see exactly where he's coming from with his prenup. Well, even though the mini vacation was nice and all, it didn't sway Madeline's mind because she wants to know why Luke doesn't trust her after all this time. And, I have said before that Luke has already set her up with the apartment, the beauty with the e-shop, money, clothes, everything she could ever want. And, she was living the life as a sugar baby. So, I mean, I could see why she would feel like this is a slap in the face for her. Well, Luke is trying to protect his investments for what he does have from what he might get into, because he said, he's used to or likes to put his money into different startups to see, if they'll take off and make him a millionaire. So during this little mini vacation, Luke also said that he invited Brian and Madeline's friend to come up to hang out, to have a good time. Well, Brian is the friend. How should I say it? Yeah. Brian is Madeline's friend's husband. So Madeline and the friend are friends, and Luke and Brian are now friends. Well, Madeline doesn't like Brian, and she tells Luke that Madeline is rude and he likes to tell lies. Well, Brian told Luke that he's got something to tell him about Madeline, something that he heard that someone told him. Well, when we see Brian and his wife come up to the place where Luke and Madeline are, it doesn't start out with, hey, I heard, something already. They try to be cordial, but the first thing Madeline says, so Brian, I heard that you have something to say about me. Why don't you like me? Why are you always meddling in my relationship? And he just straight up says, well, I don't trust you. So that was that. Well, for the time being, they decide that they're just going to let things go ahead and enjoy the water, because they're at an area where it's like a lake. So they have like a water park and different little things they can do on the lake. So while they take time out to enjoy the activities, when they're done, they come back and guess what? The conversation just jumps back into what it was before. Why don't you trust me? Now, in confessional, Brian said that he heard that Madeline had a guy over the house. She was topless and maybe something went on. While Luke, of course, is in the States and Luke doesn't know this information, but he feels like that he should because, he wants Luke to be with someone who's going to respect him, trust him, and only have eyes for him and not cheat on him. So Luke said in confessional, he would wait to see how things played out as time went on. But as soon as confessional was over, I said, Luke, excuse me. As soon as confession was over, Brian spilled the beans, just like that. And Brian told Luke, hey, I heard that there was some guy at your house that was in the bed with Madeline topless. Madeline said, no, that's not what happened. She said, I had a party. People were there. Yes, I was in the bed, but nothing happened. I didn't cheat on you. So Luke said, what? You had other people in my house that I paid for? And you were topless? He said, whether you cheated or not. That's how it's coming across. Like, how are you going to do this to me? So Madeline's friend, who's married to Brian, the look on her face to her husband was like, I cannot believe you just said that right now. I mean, she already feels like she was in the middle because she said in confessional that's how she felt. And to be honest, she is in the middle. But you know what? Luke, he walked away from the situation. He's upset. Madeline didn't deny being topless. She just said that nothing else went on. She just said there was a party at the house and that's it. So as Luke was walking away, he said that he feels like he can't do this relationship anymore. He feels like he's in a relationship with a teenager that's still in high school doing high school things. Okay, she's 19. So if she graduated high school, that was maybe a year or two ago. So she's not that far removed from it. And then Luke had the nerve to say he doesn't want a girl, he wants a woman. I mean, again, she's 19. So when is this gonna resonate and ring the bell for you, Luke? Anyways, Luke looked like the color just drained all from his face when he heard about the supposed cheating allegations and just all the drama. But you know what? After he walked away, cooled off a bit, he came back to where the group was. Brian and his wife decided, hey, we're going to leave because, too much tension around here. And so that left Luke and Madeline to talk. And bottom line is, Luke said, I can't do this. If you're cheating on me, this relationship's not going to work. He said, is this what you want? Do you want me to go back to America? Is this what you want, Madeline? And Madeline says, you know what? I want to be with you. And this relationship feels like it's drama and lies. But if you want to go back to America, go back to America. Luke, run. Okay, finally, Kyle and Annie. So it's the next morning. Kyle and Annie decided when we saw them last week that they were just going to cuddle and talk in the room over at Kyle's. Well, guess what? In confessional, Kyle admitted that they not only talked and cuddled, that they actually did the do. And I mean, is anyone surprised? When you cuddle, talk in the bed, one thing naturally leads to another, and that's probably what's going to happen. So now production asked Kyle, did you use protection? Kyle stepped back and was like, that never really came up. I said, you know what? I believe it. Because, see, Kyle is a donor, so he's used to helping women and families have babies. And on top of that, Kyle donates in person. He doesn't donate at a clinic. I was so shook when I learned that he didn't donate at a sterilized clinic that would take your vial and do it professionally versus in person. And Kyle has a total, as of the taping, of 70 children and babies, with like 10 or so on the way as of this taping. And Annie was intimate with Kyle without protection. Now, I know that Annie had said that there was some sexual tension coming along the way. And again, yes, I know one thing could lead to another. But I mean, you know who you dealing with, Annie. So, but anyways, Kyle said it was a good time. He said it felt different than donating. He said it was actually like more romantic because it was more like making love and not just, doing what he does for a living. So when we see Annie, she is out at the market and she's actually looking for an ovulation test because she wants to make sure, since it wasn't protected, that she wasn't ovulating. Now, even though she says that she probably isn't, she just want to have a peace of mind. So Annie said that she enjoyed her time with Kyle and she was surprised at how large his package was. And I'm like, TMI, we didn't even need to know that. Okay. So Annie gets the ovulation test. She comes home, she takes it. And you know what? Production was a little bit shady because we saw a clip of a test and Annie with her head on her hand on her forehead looking like it was probably a pregnancy test. Yeah, production house thing, that's what it was in advance, but it was just an ovulation test. Well, the line on ovulation test was very faint, which means the odds of her ovulating were not there. And even Annie admitted that she was probably on the last few days of possibly being ovulating. And, the chance of you ovulating and having unprotected sex is high. And she was not ready to have a baby with Kyle right now. So she feels better about it. But at the same time, she said she's going to call Kyle and ask him to get her the morning after pill just to be on the safe side. So when she calls Kyle to tell him that she took the test and wants a morning after pill, Kyle said, well, I know you're not pregnant because, I track your cycle. I said, ew. Annie, you've given him the details of your cycle? Okay. And then Kyle also said, why would I get you the morning after pill when I'm a donor? And Annie said, to have peace of mind. So if you don't mind just getting it for me and bring it with you when you come over for dinner. Now, do y'all think that Kyle brought the pill over when he came for dinner? The answer is no. And you know what? He said he didn't even feel right doing it because of his status. But Annie said, why wouldn't you respect me? I asked you for the pill. The least you can do is respect my boundaries, respect my body, and get the pill for me. So, the threat or the possibility of me being pregnant isn't there. So, yeah, like I said, the running theme is run. Annie, run. Don't walk. Okay. Now, I just feel that, especially for Kyle and Annie, she knows that Kyle feels everything is okay as far as him donating, regardless to her or to anyone else. And, she just doesn't understand that oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. It's just, for me, Annie, just backtrack, run. You don't want a baby. You said that in the beginning, you would have wanted one with him 7 months ago, but now you know that babies take work and you were 39 and, now's not the right time. Girl, respect yourself, get your pill and run. Let Kyle do what he does with other people. Okay. So anyways, that was the end of the episode. Next week, Alex and her cousin Tiffany are having a FaceTime with her aunt, and Alex breaks the news that Adriano wants a threesome with her and her cousin. I said, you know what, Alex, right now for you and your relationship with Adriano, it is what it is. I don't know how many more times he's going to disrespect you by offering you threesomes and now a threesome with your family. Okay. Shawn and Alliya, they're talking more about the open relationship over dinner. And Shawn point blank says, why would I give up my friend with benefits because you want me to and you're transitioning over to Aliyah and I don't hardly see you like this. But you're engaged now, so what do you mean you don't want to give your friends with benefits? And then also we have Luke trying to save his relationship now with Madeline. He's still trying to get back on the same page with her. He just said he wanted a relationship with a woman and not a girl. So Luke, make your mind up. And then Kyle and Annie. So is Kyle and Annie's relationship really going to sustain, or is Annie going to walk away? Because again, she doesn't feel like her needs are being met and her boundaries are being crossed, and just whatever she feels is not going right with Kyle. So, all right, everyone. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share. And until next time, everyone, live simply and be grateful.